So I'm jumping on here and almost kind of even hesitated to jump on um, because I don't want to be, I don't know, pushy or salesy. That's something that I don't like and I don't want to do. At the same time, I want you all to know um, that I do have something new that I don't think it's necessarily for everyone. But I think for some of you, it really would be um, a good fit. And so uh, I've talked about it a little bit the last few days. Um, again, hesitated today jumping on because again, I don't want to push this, but at the exact same time, I want you all to be aware um, that I am, stepping into something new, offering something new here. Um, and again, I think for some of you, maybe it won't resonate so much, but for others of you, I think it really will. And so again, therefore it's worth just hopping on here. So this is, I'm calling it Real. That's the name of it. And um, it's a paid subscription writing space. It's going to be on the Substack platform. It will be paid. It's going to be low cost, like $12 a month. Right now, I think the standard rate will probably be 15 a month, but for right now, I've got it at 12. And what is the theme or what is the goal? The driving idea is that I think in the ministry space and just in the Christian creative space in general. So whether that's worship leading, songwriting, or any other kind of creative or artistic expression, I think there's an emphasis on reaching upward, which there should be, right? We're like pursuing the Lord. That's critical, obviously. But what I'm not seeing as much of is also a reach inward. So, in other words, like there's an emphasis on like we're going to pursue the Lord. We want to know Him more. He's our highest goal. To which I say yes, go for it. But if all of that is happening and nothing is happening in terms of I guess what I would call inner work, where we're learning more about ourselves and the way that we operate, seeing some of our blind spots, starting to connect some of those dots. If that's not happening, then we kind of, in a sense, end up living at a more surface level. And therefore serving, leading, creating, writing on a more surface level in one sense. So I think there's an invitation in front of us in the Christian artistic ministry space to not only reach upward, but also to begin to reach inward, to know and understand ourselves better. And I think the fruit or the result, if we're doing it in the right way, is going to be that we are functioning out of a more authentic and a more genuine space of depth. And out of that space, as we begin to lead worship, write songs, create, we're going to be like the output is going to be what's the word? There's going to be more of a depth and an authenticity to the output. So that's the vision or the driving idea behind this subscription, behind Real, what I'm calling Real. So as I mentioned, it's a paid Substack. It's going to be $12 a month initially. And what can you expect, or what's it going to look like? So it's going to be every week you'll be getting something from me. And over the course of a month, we're basically going to be doing like an inward to outward journey where um, we're digging deeper to understand more of ourselves, of how, learning more about ourselves. So for example, 1 week you'll be getting something from me that's just like a personal reflection, where you're literally just getting something from me where I'm talking about something I'm learning about myself or about this season, just a little more raw and candid than I would necessarily be on a platform like this or on a another social media platform. And then another week you'll be getting something from me that is focused on us doing that inward journey. Like I'm calling it, once a month we're getting this thing called the title or the topic is going to be Becoming Real. And again, it's that inward journey, learning more about ourselves so we can get to functioning or living out of a more authentic space. And then you'll also be getting something that I'm calling the stretch. And the stretch is basically a creative exercise. It's going to be some form of a creative exercise once a month that you'll be doing that's going to help you, in the creative, artistic, leading space, that's going to help you do it, out of that place of depth and authenticity that we're reaching for with the inward work. And then the last thing that you'll be getting, so it's 4 times a month, so once a week. So that fourth piece is going to be a video, like 10 or 12 minutes long, where I'm just hopping on camera and I'm giving some sort of a detailed, nuanced answer to questions that you all will send in. And so you all will, paid subscribers will be sending questions about any of the content, and then once a month I'll hop on camera and answer a couple of those questions, again in a more focused, detailed, nuanced way. So that's kind of the nutshell version of what we're going to be doing. And so if this resonates with you, if this sounds like something of interest, please reach out to me. Send me a DM, on Instagram, or send me an email, Jon@jonthurlow.com. And in terms of timeline, I'm going to be aiming to close like in the enrollment period. We'll have another period again in the future, but I'm aiming to close this enrollment period probably by the end of this week, like over the weekend. And so I would say aim to reach out to me in the next few days. And then I can send you a link to sign up. Again, I'm trying to make it valuable and also highly accessible. So again, super low cost, again, 10, 12, $15 a month, right in that range. So if you have other questions, if you'd like more details, just let me know. And I look forward to connecting with some of you in this new space.